awareness. The teaching moment is the agreement between objective scale, our objective scale, and their subjective scale. We want them to feel and experience the same thing we saw on the movement screen. And they will experience that better if we create a drill. If they have a problem with the hurdle step, just put a box right there. Hey, put this foot up on that box. Piece of cake. Try it with this foot. I can't do it. That's the exact same thing I saw on the movement screen. Why do you think that is? Well, I guess it's because I'm stiff on this side. Or it could be you don't trust balancing on this side, because if I don't trust my balance here, then I'm not going to have much flexibility here. You see how that works? So there's something in our education that makes us want to look at the human body and see one weakness or one tightness. And it would be nice if it were that way, but it's not that way. It's a little more complex than that. But as long as we're thinking in patterns, we got them both, because a hurdle step is not only stability on the right side, it's freedom and mobility on the left side. And when we're training the pattern, we get the balance we need on this side and the control and flexibility on that side. But if we only work on stance and we only work on step in isolation, sometimes the orchestra never plays together. The way I speak to the patient is based on what I observed from your exposure. I have chosen this movement for you. It may present a challenge. That's okay. And it's intentional. I'm going to put you in a position and see how you move, and I want you to tell me what you feel about that. I already know what position I'm picking because it's going to look a lot like the movement screen we just came from. It might be different for different people. Some people aren't appropriate to get up off the floor. I will say, let me see you stand from a chair and sit back down very fast, and I'll see people go very, very slow. We already know they have a balance problem. The other thing I try to allow everyone to do is when we uncover a problem in the movement screen, they are already vulnerable. It's very intimidating for some people. So I encourage them to play with the movement, not to perform it. We go from instruction to perfection. No. When we were on the balance beam the other day in the FCS class, we're just playing with it. Stop looking at your feet. Try to feel the board. Walk backward. But there's no performance. Just play. Most everything you learned about movement in your first 4 years, was it training or play? It was play. Play is how we gauge ourselves to our environment. It's how we grow and adapt. It's how we learn our limits of stability. It's nice to run fast, but some children can run way faster than they can stop well. So they learn to slow down a little bit. I ask them questions. If I tell them, can you get up off the floor? How did it make you feel? What was the most challenging part? Was it the same or different between the left and right side? And I let them create the story. I'm perfectly capable of saying, that is exactly what your test said, or believe it or not, that's not what your test said at all. Let's talk through that. Tell me why you feel that way again, and before you know it, you're in agreement again. But it's very important to establish this.